Make some noise. Hadithi.
So our last speaker for the night, one of our fearless leaders, he's there in the back, acting like he's not about to take the stage and kill us all. A powerful storyteller on a mission to impact as many people he interacts with as possible. And if you know him personally, you know that he is doing that successfully, right? Our last speaker for the night, brace yourselves. He might, good storyteller, that one, yeah. So please welcome to the stage, Mr. Oh, he was on KFM today, right? No, he was. His name, he comes all the way from the Eastern Cape, but on the border of Lesotho. It's a very complicated, So I told you, international guys, today, So please welcome to the stage our last speaker for the evening, Mr. Lazola Belle. Thank you.
So this is how it feels like to be oversold. So I cry a lot. I cry a lot, and I actually like it. Crying is cool. I like it because I learned it recently. But recently, I mean, around 2014, that's when I learned how to cry. And after I learned how to cry, I was like, nah fam, I ain't going back. This crying stuff is cool. I'm a cluster guy, and I did the whole mountain thing, so we don't cry there. They don't actually teach you how not to cry, but you can't be crying there, eh? But I cry, and I really like it. So where did I learn how to cry? So one night, it was in 2014, sort of mid-year, I don't remember the exact time. I was driving my mother's Toyota Hilux, long wheelbase. I was in Midrand, at the corner of Lever Road and Vodacom Boulevard, and I got pulled over by Metro Police, the Roadblock, and I wind my window down and they say, Opposite? That means you have been drinking. And I just cried. The cop who was asking me was male, so he also didn't know what to do. Here's a guy crying, and it's so awkward, And I didn't cry because I just want to get out of trouble. Actually, I wasn't drinking. I just cried and I said, hey, brah, kunzima endlini. It's tough at home. So whether I've been drinking or not is not even what I'm concerned about right now. He looked at me and just said, go. I think I made him feel awkward. But how did we get here? So in 2014 was quite significant for me. So before 2014, there was 2013, obviously, right? And two things happened in 2013 which were quite significant. The first one is that I was living with someone which I really liked. That's what I thought, and we had a good thing going on at a house in Midrand. We were doing life goals, So then I thought to myself, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Because things are happening. I come from a rural town, so they're always asking, oh, Makoti. And I'm like, oh, Makoti is a bride. And maybe that's the bride. So then I went to my father and I said, hey, we have found Makoti, so let's do the things, Lobola. And he says, no, fantastic. They get very happy. They be very happy. Your family gets very happy. And they get so happy that they forget to tell you that it gets tough. So So we did the Lobola touch point. I'll put it that because there's apparently multiple processes. You first go, and then you leave a little bit of something, and then you must come back. I was learning. But unfortunately for me, you can't be part of those conversations. So you always listen to your brother. You're like, hey, or not that, like, hey, so what's happening in there? That's the deal. So I did the Lobola thing. We started there, and then my son miraculously got conceived. I don't know how. So my son was on the way. So then when we go into 2014, there is this hanging Lobola process that needs to be completed. There's this newborn baby. There's this picture perfect life in the middle of Midrand. There's cars, they're all black, so it's all good, right? And we just moved into this little apartment. I mean, it grew us very quickly, but it was double story nyana, so it made it look like you made it. So we stay there, and things are okay from what I can understand. And then, as 2013 is coming to an end, there's just tension. Now we can crystallize what is causing the tension. I mean, she would say, this is what you're doing or not doing. I would say, this is what you're doing or not doing. And the challenge was that I was thrust into a world I didn't understand. Up until those years, I was very pragmatic, very effect-based. I was, if you ever done a Myers-Briggs, I was an ENTJ, I was an executive. I didn't really mind or care about your feelings. Say I had a bad day, cool, how do we fix the day, right? So, that's what it is. So why are you telling me if you're not fixing the day? All right, oh, my boss today, okay, quit. Like, why are you still going there, And I didn't get that. It's not really about that. It's about engagement. It's about emotion. It's about being there. It's about understanding people's thought process interwoven into their emotional process. So I didn't get all of that. So it was like, hey, does it make sense? Yes. Is 1 + 1 2? Yes, sure. Right? That was me. So now I'm in this cocoon where I am really in this emotional infused space. Everything is about emotion. Everything is about emotion. To add to that, there's a little baby that's kicking, which makes it about emotion. Suddenly at 2 a.m. you must go buy McDonald's. I'm like, Johnny, how? And so I didn't understand this. And truth be told, as a man growing up in our society, and perhaps it's a function of how South African society comes from, we just never taught anything. You just like go to school, get anything above 50, and then go. Don't come back here without money, right? And so we go out there, we really don't know what we're doing. To make matters worse, I go to Joburg and I was 16 years old when I got here, right? And I've never gone home since, full time, right? It's been over 14 years since I've been here. In fact, I was thinking the other day that since 1996, when I first went to boarding school, I've never spent a full year at home. So which means I've been on my own for a very long time. And I'm on trial and error. I'm really not sure what I'm doing, but I do it anyway. So now I'm in this relationship and I'm thinking it should be going well. All the markers of modern society, of black middle class are there, We're in Midrand, and Midrand was doing the things right at the time. We sat in traffic together, We really enjoyed those moments. Complexes are everywhere. There's a kid on the way. There's a couple of cars, by couple I mean the real couple, not the playboy couple, two. And one of them is in a locked garage, so insurance is okay. And so I'm looking at all of this and I'm not understanding why it's not coming together. Everything is not fun. Let's go for groceries. Shit. You call your friends and be like, shit, I'm going for grocery. And then they say, shit. And then everyone is just thinking, oh my goodness, life is hard. I think the classic moment was that there was a friend of mine who stayed literally a street away from where I stayed. And she was staying with her woman, or with his woman, English. And now we want to hang out, but the woman won't let us. And we're like, we can all be like a foursome. They're like, no, we'll find right here. So I'm not understanding why I can't leave the house to go see my friend who's down the road. And it makes no sense. It makes zero sense to me. And I'm like, what? So we had this love affair with a friend because they had to have background things that women don't know. Like, I'm coming home, but there's this thing, I'm going there because we're just trying to create space. We're just trying to create space to just have a beer and just talk. I mean, of course, at the time we're thinking we are the right people, we are the smart people in this whole dynamic. I've learned that that's a complicated conversation because everyone has got their perspective, their side as to what is really going on. But nonetheless, I think as 2014 started, the tension intensified. And someone advised that maybe you guys should seek counseling. And the storyteller today already said that, hey, most black people would think counseling is for white people. But I thought, you know what, I'll try everything. I'll try anything. And I thought, okay, I'll try counseling. But I was uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable going to counseling. I was like, how does this thing work? Because no one even talks to us growing up. No one talks to you. Your dad doesn't really talk to you. He's just like, are you okay? You're like, yeah. He's like, sure, stay okay. You don't really know how to talk to people. So that's been our experience. So now we must go to counseling. And what must we say? And so I refused to go for a while. And until one day, the kid got sick, and we took the kid to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician checked the kid and was like, okay, cool, I'll refer you. Write your letter, take this letter, and take it to this person. When we got there, we gave the letter. How stupid were we, right? We didn't even read the letter. Send over the letter. And then we've got the kid there, and then she looks at us and says, how are you guys doing? We're like, wow, we're not here for that. I mean, the kid. It's like, no. How are you guys doing? In fact, there's nothing wrong with the kid. The problem is with the two of you. How are you guys doing? And that's how we end up in counseling. And I realized that it helps a lot. I'm a big fan now. Right? I'm a huge fan. That stuff is good. Black people, get on that thing early before it gets expensive. It is just fantastic. I must say that I felt it was helping, but the story doesn't really end in a blissful way outside of the counseling, because we started realizing that I thought I had counseling issues, she had counseling issues. And so she didn't want to go anymore. I'm like, well, I can't go there alone. I tried to, so that sort of ended. Until eventually I just didn't want to go home anymore. Being home was just sad. It was sad. What I'll think about is, it's already 9. Kid asleep. Why am I going there? Let me just go back when I'm ready to sleep. And as a young man, and you're trying to spend time like that because you're avoiding going home, what do? You're just drinking. Every day. You leave work, and you see that blue sign that says News Cafe, like, oh, my precious. And that's what life becomes for a while. So that particular day, I had gone home, a little bit earlier than I normally do. And I got home and I realized I'd left my house keys when I left in the morning inside. So I had to knock. That was rough. I knocked at every door and every window and no response. But there was those 2 windows at the top there, upstairs. And I figured maybe I can climb and get there. And one of them is the main bedroom. I can bang there. And I'm thinking, my man, obviously she's just sleeping. She's not awake thinking, die, Saka. She's a nice lady. So I got up there and I knocked. The wood I was balancing on was really starting to give up, and I'm thinking I could fall here and die. But you know what? Let me knock. And she didn't open. So eventually I climbed down and I got into the car and I decided, well, it's 11. News Cafe is still open. But before I did that, because I was starting to realize that this is a very dangerous path that I'm on, so I called a friend of mine who's down the road, and I was going to ask him to come and sleep at his place. And he didn't answer. And so there goes my options. And I'm also thinking that News Cafe would close eventually at 2 a.m. What am I going to do? I'm drunk. But that's a pretty cool option, really, when you're in this scenario, right? So I drove out, and then there was a roadblock, and they stopped me. And I hadn't been drinking yet, but I was just really heartbroken. Completely heartbroken. And so when the guy stopped me and said, Upuzile, I just thought to myself, shit, I didn't even know how I got here. And I just thought to myself, Ngiyopuza, so I'm going to drink. And that just broke my heart. So I started crying, and the guy got uncomfortable. And he let me go. And when I got to News Cafe, I realized how much the crying relieved pressure off me. And I realized that I've been missing out. Sometimes outside of being pragmatic, practical, just cry. Just let the tears roll down. Feel your emotions on your face. It actually is okay. It's okay. It's okay for a guy to cry. And as I was sitting there, contemplating whether I should go into News Cafe, my friend called back and he said, oh, I see your missed call. It's very late. What's up? I said, I need a place to sleep. He said, okay, come over. He didn't even ask questions. And when I got there, I cried. And you know how emasculating it is for a man to cry on another man's presence. But it also, in looking back, made us closer. Because I realized that he probably wants to cry too. But he was just told that he couldn't. And I wish I could say the story of my to-be wife has a happy ending where we reconciled. We did that a couple of times, but it just didn't work. But the one thing that I just learned from that period was that, and especially as a guy, just learn how to cry. Sometimes you just don't have answers, you don't have solutions, you're just feeling all this overwhelming emotion. Cry. Just cry. Don't cry too long though. Don't cry. Right? Feel your tears, feel the emotions on your face. And after that, you have a clearer mind, and perhaps you can find it in your heart to deal with your situation. Thank you very much.